I got a card. I got a card. It's a beautiful card. I think it's a beautiful card. And it says, how amazing it is. I actually never read the inside because it's wrapped in plastic this whole time. So I've never read the inside. But it says, how amazing it is to spend my life with you. I love you with all my heart. Happy anniversary. This card says happy anniversary. Every other word is great, all up until that last line, happy anniversary. I tried so hard. I tried so hard. Okay, I can make this work. Tomorrow's the 20th. Tomorrow's the 20th. Okay, I can make this work. It's gonna have to work. It's gonna have to work. I am in Philadelphia on May 19th. I made it. She doesn't know I'm here. Her family doesn't know I'm here. The only people know here are my brother, my mentor.
Being able to be there and to be a mentor, is an absolute pleasure. And it wasn't a second guess at all. My spirit's connected. There's a lot of things that Sean know that he does that creates a lot of interest for me because of stuff that I do. So I found it to be intriguing and really to be something that wasn't a hard decision at all to say, hey, yeah, man, definitely. I'll walk alongside you, pour into you, whatever I need to do. Maybe there's some stuff I can learn along the way too.
And Amanda, which is the one who hooked us up.
I am friends separately with Sean and Mariah. Sean and I went to college together at Morgan State University. And then Mariah and I met because Mariah moved from New Jersey to Maryland to go to college. And this was like many years separate from when I was at school at Morgan State. But I met Mariah through her brother, shockingly with the same name, Sean. And I became friends with Mariah when she stayed in Maryland to pursue her education and things like that. Sean and I were on the phone and we kind of just started catching up. It was funny as he was talking, not trying to be deep, but I literally heard the Holy Spirit say Mariah's name. It's I could hear it in my ear. And it was the weirdest thing I had ever experienced. So that I interrupt him in the middle of his sentence and I was like, wait, how would you feel about me kind of hooking you up with someone, or at least just introducing me to someone? And I was like, I've never done this before, Sean. I don't know why I'm bringing it up now, but I think I have a friend who may work well with you. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think I might have a friend, but I haven't talked to her yet about this. So I don't know how she's going to feel, but how do you feel about it? And then I proceeded to ask him his type and things like that. And he pretty much was describing Mariah. So I was like, this might work. I just felt at that time when I introduced them, they both were my friends who felt ready to really pursue something serious if that person matched them. And I think that's why I just let the leading of the Holy Spirit, honestly, take me there and kind of introduce them to each other.
Let me just say it's been a collective effort trying to keep this all a secret, the biggest surprise possible.
Even more comical time, great conversations. It was really, really interesting going through this process. This proposal was a challenge because I think we went through 2, 3, 4 iterations of what this thing was going to look like and how it was going to happen. I think the original plan was it was supposed to happen in LA. Then, of course, we had COVID-19. And so because of COVID-19, we had to recreate an idea. Then it was flying to her house, I think in Baltimore, to do the proposal there and try to get everybody on Zoom or what have you. Then we discovered that Mariah was going to visit her sister in Philly. So then it became, okay, cool. Let's figure out how to get that done in Philly. And it was so interesting because we was on the phone looking up flights, and the earliest flight to get to Philly, I think, was like at 10 something at night. He was like, man, how am I going to get her to be dressed and, have her hair together, all of that for this video for me to propose at 10 something at night. I was like, Sean, you cannot have her in this video in her pajamas and all that. That's just not going to go well, dude. And I don't care if it's 15 years from now. If she look at that, you're going to be like, I should have did something different. So the plans changed a little bit because I think Mariah was planning on leaving Philly a little bit earlier, or she had left Philly a little bit earlier, what have you. So I just said, dude, why don't you just do something that's just unorthodox? Because he said that Mariah was coming in to LA once she left Philly. So I was like, well, if you really want to have some peace about this thing, you want to propose before she get to LA or as soon as she get to LA. So we talked through and came up with the idea about just surprising her at the airport and what that looked like, and how to incorporate, the flight attendants or the people that work for the airline, whatever. And so, yeah, and it was interesting because he had to go back and forth changing flights and trying to figure out how to get her flight set up and then get it set up to where she was on the same flight with him. I mean, yeah, Sean did some amazing maneuvering to try to get this thing worked out. But I mean, it was awesome to be able to walk alongside and go through the process with him. It was really fun.
So helping Sean plan the proposal was a mixture of excitement once again, a little bit of stress though. And it was just mainly because my friend Mariah is such a planner. She likes to be involved with everything. She wants to kind of know things are happening. And anyone like Mariah, they're hard to plan for because you have this fear that any little thing you do, it's going to offset them and make them question why you asked them this, or why you wanted to take them this place, or why you want to do a certain thing the way that you decided to do it. So I already knew going into it, it would be a little stressful. But then when pretty much Sean had an idea for his engagement, and then he called me frantically, maybe days after he was telling me his idea and telling me that Mariah dreamt what he was gonna do. That was hilarious, crazy, and at the same time nerve-wracking, because then I knew okay, Sean, when he told me he kind of had to go back to the drawing board, that's when helping Sean, it was a little bit stressful, only because I just didn't know at any moment what was going to happen. And then it was just a couple other things, like Mariah wanted to switch her flight, which would have affected his plan this time, and just a few other things in the mix that just made you not sure what was going to happen. And at the end of the day, I just really wanted Sean to execute what he wanted to execute, and I wanted Mariah to be happy about the engagement and just how everything went down. So there were moments of stress, but all in all, it was good.
Even up to today, I gave her this excuse. My head was hurting, and it's happened before in the past. I get really bad headaches sometimes, and I work on computer screens, and that has a lot to do with it. And I just go down, when it happens. Normally I'm able to work through it, but I just kind of gave in the day. I had to really sell it. And so my roommate, Tessa, she came through in the clutch for me because I could not respond because I was on a plane. And let me tell you, on the normal conditions, on non-COVID conditions, I would be able to fly to Philly directly from LA. There's not too many places I don't think I could have flown, especially major places like that, without just directly there. But I had to fly connecting flight. And so she was trying to call me, and it was probably going straight to voicemail because my phone was in airplane mode. And so Tessa came through and was like, oh, I'm not home yet. I'll check on him when I see him. And then so she told me to keep the story straight. Oh, he's in there snoring. So she's like, okay, he's asleep. And now I'm here. So I called her back here, put on my sad voice. Hey, babe. Yeah, I'm feeling bad. I'm just drowsy. Yeah. Asked me what kind of she was asking what kind of medicines I was taking. I was like, oh yeah, some aspirin, some Tylenol. I don't even have Tylenol. Advil. I don't even have Advil. I'm just making stuff up at this point. And so she was like, all right, go sleep. I was like, okay, now I need to get off the phone because now this lie is going even further. And I can't take any more lying at this point. I just can't.
I'm so pleased with the growth that Sean has gone through from the time that I've met him to now. He's definitely grown to be a tremendous individual, an awesome leader, somebody that's really focused, he knows what he wants, and is not scared to go after it and make it happen. Not afraid of challenges. And I say that mostly because I remember the phone call I got from Sean where he was saying, look, I think I'm finna just pack up and move to LA. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm finna pack up and move to LA, just create a new opportunity, get in a new space. He say, I'm scared to death, but, I'm just gonna do it. So we talked through it. I mean, Sean is a go-getter, so I'm really excited about that. And more importantly, when we talk, the things that we talk about, the things that we lay out, is really open and receptive. And he definitely still has an opinion. And if it's something that goes well, cool. If it don't fit, then he don't have a problem with saying it. We've really had some really great exchanges, some really open and honest conversation. So I'm looking forward to what's to come. Mariah definitely got her a good one for sure. I'm looking forward to meeting her as well, and just kind of seeing what the rest of this journey looks like. So I have great expectations for Mr. Sean and also for Mariah. So with that, it's been a pleasure this far to be along on this ride, and I look forward to where we're going from here. So God bless you guys.
My main final thought and reactions to everything is just how happy I am for my two friends. It's like a friend's dream, honestly, to have two people in their life that they trust and respect and love dearly actually find each other and end up loving each other deeply and decide to spend their life together. Because I don't have any feelings of, I'll say this, like, especially with Mariah, for me, I just always wanted her to have everything that her heart desired, because she's the friend that always does for other people. And she's the friend that really puts herself last and will do things to make you happy. And I just wanted her to, in life, feel what it felt like to truly be loved by a man, not doubt what he's saying to her, trust and believe that everything he's saying is the truth. And then I wanted her to be showered with love and attention and affection for once as well. And I just felt that's what she really deserves. So for me to feel that she's with the person that I know will do that for her, it makes me so happy and so proud of both of them. When I kind of had introduced Sean and Mariah to each other, I told both of them, from this moment on, once you guys connected, I'm out of it. It really is going to be you two doing the work. And so I never went into it with any expectation that it would turn out this amazing. But I'm very happy about it. I really just wanted my friend Mariah to meet a man that is opposite from anyone she'd ever met before. And with Sean, I wanted him to meet a woman that would just really be there for him and stick it out through anything with him. And I just love that they found each other and that they are building a life together. So I'm just happy, and congrats to you both, Mariah and Sean. I love you dearly.
In less than 6 hours, I will have proposed to Mariah Colette Gore. And this ring here will no longer be in my possession, but to the one who I am to marry, to call my wife, mi esposa.